Tasty Basic Architect. Yeah, you know this place. Yeah, this is our Six Pines, Texas project. So I'm outside, but today's video, we're gonna jump inside. We got a bunch to do. I just walked through a bunch of spaces with the client, and we talked about some ceiling treatments, coffers, all of that stuff. So let's go in and see what we got going on. Obviously, the front entry, you can see electrical has been started. A right turn brings us into the dining room. You got that nice, beautiful window arrangement there. Those Schuco windows. And then, so that's our recessed light. And when I asked the builder about it, the reason for the box is he had a name there, dimmer something, sorry, I forgot the name already, but basically as you dim, the temperature of the lighting changes. So it becomes much more warmer. So basically when you turn it on to the brightest it can be, it's pretty much white light. And then as you hit the dimmer, it kind of tones down to that orange glow. So we have those throughout the whole house here. As far as dimmers, over there you can see there's an entry there and an entry there. So that's a working pantry that takes you to the kitchen on the other side of the wall here. So we walk through here, you can see this is all kitchen. Electrician did a beautiful job. The strings are pretty typical. They'll go around the corners and measure it all, and then they'll put up these strings, and then that's how they center their boxes and how they keep them in a nice, neat line there. Out here, we have, this is our breakfast nook. Here we have cabinetry along here. That's why we have the high-silled window, and we get cabinets on both sides. But this is our kind of kitchen breakfast nook access out to that patio with a nice big piece of glass. And, another shot of those light boxes there. And then we'll have a traditional kind of chandelier drop light in the middle. Coming around, like I said, that's the working pantry with the double doors. Now, this is just an interesting, some people might say, why didn't you just put a door in the middle? Well, if you have a table there and somebody is sitting right there, you don't want to constantly be walking into the back of somebody. So the two openings means I walk in here and I'm on the side of the table, or I walk in there and I'm on the side of the table. And the table gets centered on that wall. So my traffic pattern stays true to the traffic pattern of the table. It's the same thing here if I back up. If you look at the dining room from the kitchen, there's an opening here and there's an opening here. The center of that wall is on the center of the windows and on the center of the table. So when I walk in, I have the ability to walk around the table, regardless of where I walk in. Now, the front, all bets are off, because there you want a nice centered opening when guests come in so that you have, kind of that picturesque setting. You're not walking in the front door to go sit down and eat, probably. So that door can be a little different. As we come through here, you can see this is the second pantry. I'd call this the dirty pantry, but you can see there's a bunch of water pipes drained. We have a sink in here, a bunch of food storage, extra fridge, that kind of stuff. And then in here, we have our water service coming in to the mud room. And then one of the things that we're doing pretty much in every bathroom, we have our wall-mounted toilets, right? So for the wall-mounted toilet, you can see there's a steel frame that goes in there, and then this is the access box. So you drywall around that, and it has a nice little cover, but that's how you get in. That's the only thing you need to get into. This is all tank, and then that's kind of the business end of the toilet. And then obviously the two bolts there that the toilet goes on, but you're not moving that. steel frame. So, but take a walk out here. If we continue down the hall here, we step out into the garage. I'll do a quick pan around the garage for you. Yes, 4-car garage. And then this is kind of dedicated shop area. And then we have a powder room there. But one of the things that we did here, because we're in Texas and this is a slab on grade, we put in a set of stairs and we put in what's called attic trusses. You might be familiar with them, you might not be. But an attic truss is such that the middle is built to sustain a floor. So yeah, so this is, I don't know, 54 feet by probably a little, right around 8 feet. I mean, there's 2 sheets of Advantex, so it falls about an inch short. So they're just a little over it, but you have all of that storage space up here. And it's already hot up here. It's probably 20 degrees, 25 degrees hotter in that attic. So let's get back downstairs. If you remember, everything here was framed with T-studs. So they're little engineered trussed studs. You can see those dowels. I'll talk a little bit more in depth about them when we do the walk through the second part of this. So that's the door to the outside that'll get you out to the pool. So they're going around doing some final touch-ups on taping and all that good stuff. But yeah, beautiful garage here. Actually, I'm going to talk about a couple details here. Notice we don't have any zip there. We do have zip. It goes down, and we don't have zip. And notice, if I go out here, I have that wall, and if I follow that wall, yeah, kind of coordinates with that wall right there. We also, they've gone through, you can see a bunch of our hold downs here for added shear. A bunch of areas, those get put on, but this is kind of build the green box and then frame up to it, right? A lot of times you would see this framing getting attached to the wall framing of the house, and then they would just sheath over it, nail to this, and then bring the other side up to the outside of this. But that's really not the proper way to do it. The proper way is to come all the way through and go down. So we have continuous insulating sheathing at that corner, and then we frame our garage up to it. So you'll hear me often say, build the green box and then frame up to it. Yeah, you can see here we have a couple more hold downs there. So those are Simpson HDU, heavy duty, forget what the U stands for. Obviously a couple more, and then notice, you know, we beef up the sides here, the structural engineer does, so that you're not only grabbing this stud, but you're also, that hold down is grabbing this post. And the important thing here is this post is now attached to this. If you just had one, then you could get that connection, but the shear connection is really to the panel on the outside. So you want to have multiple places to nail it. So instead of this being 1.5 inches or 3 inches, it's 4.5 inches of nailing there. So it increases the amount of nails you can put there. Now, you just can't go willy-nilly on one stud and just put a whole bunch of nails, because then you're just going to tear the panel like a zipper on that nail line. So you really want to have those nails staggered. So multiple studs there, and then you can see out here we have a couple more hold downs, and you can see the pipe there is fully insulated. That's going out to that Aqua hose bib out here. So if you want to wash your cars or whatever, and you can see that's all fully insulated. Tracing through the garage, a couple more hold downs there, and then we're on the other side where, again, built the green box and then attached to it. We have a couple penetrations here, so we have our sink and such is coming out. We have some access panels to the water service and such. So anyways, there you have it. Let's take a walk down in there, and we'll do part 2. So until next time, you know it, Steve Basic Architect. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, long live our buildings.